Do you guys ever notice how when you get mad at somebody or something happens and you just tend to show it right then and there? It's like you have this one thought and you act on that one thought, but it's negative. It's like sadness, anger. You tend to just act on that. But when it's the other way around, when it's something like happiness, excitement. What?
No, let's go swim.
Hold on. You eat your go eat the sausages.
Why?
Cause I'm doing something right now.
I'm done.
All right, give me 5 minutes, okay?
No, I'm not done yet.
Okay, yeah, give me 5 minutes, okay?
Okay.
It's so weird.
I'm not done yet.
Okay, because it's like we're so hesitant. We're really showing our happiness and really just enjoying life and taking it all in and indulging in happiness and being that we're not. And trust me, it's people that's figured this out. And it's like, you know what? I'm gonna do things differently. I'm gonna see things another way. You know, they have a changed perspective because they started looking on the inside. They started figuring it out for what it was. It's what we're giving life to. What are we giving life to? We're indulging in the sad moments. We're indulging in things that we do not like to indulge in. Think about it. You may be one of these type of people. If you are, comment below. Say you have an argument with somebody, right? And you don't like this argument, right? Later on that day, or maybe even right after it happens, it's like the argument is still happening because you're still thinking about it in your head. You're still replaying that moment right in your head over and over and over, and you're just trying to validate how you feel, and all you're doing is just indulging in that sadness or frustration or anger, whatever it is you felt. Girl, be careful. Whatever it is you felt, right? It's so crazy how we do these things and we don't even realize what we're actually doing. As you do this, as you indulge in stuff like this, in the negativity, you're programming yourself to be used to the negativity, to be okay, to adapt to it. You feel what I'm saying? To be okay with it. You feel what I'm saying? But when it comes to something that's excitement or happiness or something that requires you to just feel good about yourself, a lot of the times we don't replay that moment in our head. A lot of the times we don't even react right then. You know? Say you get a job. Say you had an interview, you get a job. They're like, yeah, you know what? We're gonna hire you. Yeah. Okay. You may do a little smile. We should yeah, I'm not gonna be broke. Yeah. You know, we should be doing all that, but we don't really allow that to come out because it's like, filter that. Too much happiness. No. Don't need that. But let somebody say something we don't like, or let somebody give us some cold ass food and not want to take it back. Or, you know what I'm saying? Have an attitude about it. What the fuck wrong with you, bruh? You know what I'm saying? Just get stanky. You get mad. You let it come out. There's no filter when it comes to frustrations or anger or maybe sadness. It's no filter. But when it's happiness, gotta filter that out. Can't let all that come out. Nope. Why are we so backwards? Personally, I want to know why am I so backwards? Why? But you know, I think I know. It's because what am I indulging in? It's my mind, it's my thought process. If I'm thinking continuously about that little argument we had, or just something negative, that changes my perspective on life. That changes how I see life. You feel what I'm saying? That changes that. So now, as I'm functioning, I kind of have a negative perspective on life. And so when something negative hits me, it's like it's easier for me to relate to it. You feel what I'm saying? It's easier for you to relate to something negative because you're always thinking negative stuff. Same thing with something positive. It's not so easy for you to relate to something positive and allow yourself to express how you really feel when it's something positive because you're not so used to that. It's just a strange feeling. It's weird, right? So that's what we gotta get out of that. We gotta get out of that. We gotta start. When we have an argument with somebody, okay, if we don't come to a conclusion, then let's stop thinking about the argument, okay? The argument is over. If we have a problem, we dislike something about somebody or something that happened, let's stop thinking about what happened. There's no reason to validate how you feel. How you feel is how you feel, regardless if you're wrong or right. Period. How you feel is how you feel, regardless if you're wrong or right. You validating how you feel does nothing. What you're doing, I'm not trying to yell. What you're doing is you're just indulging. At this point, you're just indulging in the negativity. That's all you're doing. I know you may think in your head, there has to be a reason why this person responded this way. No, it's no reason. You're thinking in your head, I have to think about it because I want to make sure I'm right. You're not going to correct yourself. Bro, I don't care what you think. You're not going to correct yourself. You're not. You're going to validate how you feel. Even if you think that you're correcting yourself, even if you think, okay, you know what? I was wrong there. Even after you make that statement in your mind, you're still going to validate why you did it. So it's no point of even thinking about anything negative because you're wasting your time and all you're doing is indulging in negativity. That's all it is. That's all it is. So what I want to say to y'all today is if we can make these changes and start thinking about, I'm gonna stop thinking so much about negative stuff that happens throughout the day. I'm gonna start focusing more on positive stuff, on stuff that makes me feel good, on good moments, even if it's a small little baby moment, even if it's somebody just saying like, have a good day, or a little kid just looking at me smiling. I'm gonna just keep going back to that one moment all day. I think that's what kids do. They just keep thinking about that one, what makes them feel good. And sometimes they even make believe in their mind. They keep making up little stuff in their mind that makes them feel good. Because what they're doing is they're playing with themselves to get themselves to where they need to be. See what we're doing. What most of us do is we play. Look at that little cat. Look at them cats. See what most of us do is we play with ourselves to the point where we get off track. We get so unbalanced, bro. We start feeling bad. We start feeling sad. We start just being bitter and just unhappy with life. And it's because the balance is so off. We're not preparing ourselves for anything. We're actually disrupting our balance, and we're causing ourselves to fall lower and lower and be sad when there's nothing sad going on, and be angry and bitter about something that happened 2 days ago. You know what I'm saying? So you see the same person that pissed you off. Last time you seen this person that pissed you off, but today's a new day. You see them, so you remind yourself what the fuck happened. Why the fuck we do that? Why? There's no point. There's no point. It's not gonna help us. And that's what we're doing. That's why a lot of us are suffering. That's why a lot of us are suffering, because we're not letting go of stuff that hurt. We're holding on to it. Ooh. I gotta validate it. If I hold on to my heart, one day you're gonna see why I'm always upset. No, nobody gives a shit. We got our own shit to go through, and if we're all doing the same thing, life is just gonna seem bitter and depressing. That's just what it look like. Nobody's gonna think in their mind, you know what, maybe there's something deeper going on. You know, maybe we're holding on to something that happened 6 years ago. Maybe that's the problem. Nobody's thinking like that. It's like, what the fuck wrong with this, bruh? We had a party, bruh, still, like, bruh, not even happy. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. So we're not helping ourselves. If we want help, we gotta help ourselves. If we want love, we gotta love ourselves. If we want to see the world in a different view, we have to change the way we view the world. We have to change how we view the world. We have to stop holding on to what we don't want and let go of what we don't want and bring in more of what we do want. Okay? And the whole reason why I'm saying this is to get you here. To get you here so you can understand what I'm finna talk about. Now, personally, I feel like a lot of the times we have the power, right, to change someone's life. I feel like as individuals, we have the power to bring someone out of depression. And I feel like we overthink things to the point we don't allow ourselves to bless other people because we're overthinking things so bad. We're overthinking it. Say you have a moment, right? You say you have a moment with somebody. It don't matter who this person is. Say this moment, they're breaking down to you. They're expressing to you how they feel. Say they're sad, they're depressed, and they're expressing to you how they feel. And it's like, you can really relate to this person. You really can. It's like, bro, like, I totally get you. I feel the same way sometimes, like, it's just so hard. Oh, gosh. So say y'all feel the same way, right? And in this moment, you have this initial thought to say, to grab their hand, hold their hand really tight, right? And say you have this initial thought to grab their hand, hold their hand really tight, and just pray. Say you want to really pray for them, hold their hand tight and just pray for them, or just give them a big hug while they're talking. Just give them a big hug. Just really hug them tight and just hold them for a good 2 minutes. Say you have these thoughts, these initial thoughts that's happening. So they're explaining how they feel. You can relate. And your initial thought is, I need to get this person a hug. They really just need a hug. Or they really need me to squeeze their hand and pray for them right now. Right? Right? Let me tell you something. Majority of us, we rationalize. We have that thought. And then we're like, no. That's going to make me feel weird, uncomfortable. Can't do that. So in our mind, we take 10 more seconds in our mind to think of another way to show our love. Right? Huh? All right, but I'm doing a video right now, so I can't have you doing too much talking, okay? So we take another 10 more seconds to think about another way to show our love. Right? Plan B. I did too, said plan B. Y'all feel me though? Yes. Okay. Okay, but you see me doing a video, right? So just be patient, okay? My bad, y'all. So yeah, we take another 10 more seconds to try to do something that's gonna have the same effect, but it's gonna allow us to be comfortable. You feel me? So that majority of us, we do that. We don't put ourselves in uncomfortable positions for other people. Because nobody likes to be uncomfortable. That's just what it is. Nobody really likes to be uncomfortable. So what we do is we'll do that. We'll do plan 2 or plan B. We'll do that. And we'll realize like it doesn't have the same effect that it would have if we just acted out on that initial thought. It doesn't have the same effect. But I really hope y'all can hear me because I know this wind going crazy. It doesn't have that same effect. And the reason why it doesn't have that same effect is it's watered down. It's a watered down moment. If you take a moment and you're giving the answers. We're all giving the answers. But what we try to do, especially when it's something good, we tend to sabotage ourselves. We tend to sabotage our moments. We tend to sabotage our blessings. We tend to sabotage the effect that we could really have on people because we're afraid of that effect. We're afraid of how it's going to feel, how it's going to look, how it's going to change our whole reality. We're afraid of that. Because we're not used to that. Okay? That's growth. Once you have those moments, once you fully can complete one of those moments where you genuinely act out on love, and you don't hesitate, and you don't even try to think of another way to do it. Once you really can do that the way you feel afterwards will not be how you felt before. You will be a different person. That moment will change you forever. And you'll just keep, you know what I'm saying? You'll just keep going. You just keep going. Because the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll get with doing stuff like that. Being uncomfortable. Isn't that crazy? We deny ourselves that. We deny ourselves that, and the majority of us, we don't have a problem with it. I don't want to be uncomfortable for this person. They don't know me like that. I don't know how they gonna respond. I don't know how she gonna respond. I don't know how he gonna respond. He might think I'm weird. He might judge me. Oh, we got all these excuses. Our mind is strong and it's bright. So of course, if we get the solution to something, we're also gonna get the opposite of it too, because our mind is built that way. We're just built that way. So we're like I said earlier, there's no reason to validate those negative feelings because it's the way your mind is set up. You cannot outbeat your mind. You choose a side. It's either or. You're not gonna be able to just trick your mind into doing something. You just do it. You just do it and do it and do it until you just get comfortable with it. There's no out tricking your mind. Girl, get over here. So if you don't do that genuine thought, if you don't act out on that genuine thought right then and there, then you're not doing it at all. Regardless of how you do it, you're not doing it at all. If you were supposed to do it this way, if this is how it came to you first, and you say, nah, I'm gonna do it this way. When you do it this way, it's not gonna have the same effect because you was not supposed to do it that way. You told you to do it this way because this is how you would do it. And then, before you made that change, you took in consideration everything anybody else would take in consideration. Well, how many people's around? Who's looking? How's this person gonna feel about it? Your mind is just going, right? So your perspective is watered down. Everything is watered down. So trust me, once you act out on that, the effect is gonna be watered down. You can only be the best you. You can't be the best. You can't be the best you when you're trying to be for everybody else. You feel me? I don't even know how to explain it. Gosh. I think y'all feel me though. You can only be the best you. You can only express yourself the best way that you can do it. If you start considering how everybody else may look at it, this and that, you're gonna change. You're gonna change things about yourself. You're gonna change how you do it. You're gonna change it. And you can't change it because it's not gonna have the same effect. You feel me? It's not gonna have the same effect. So I feel like we deny ourselves growth. And I feel like we indulge in negativity. Okay? I'm looking at these notes because I have rows of notes. So my whole point is just don't waste a moment. Let's be aware that we're wasting our moments. I mean, these moments, they're going to keep presenting themselves, but we're never going to actually change and jump out there just because we're aware of it. We're just going to keep saying that we're aware of it. We live life by moments. Life is defined by moments and those decisions that you make within that moment. If you never made that decision, then it never happened, then your life is still the same. Your life can change with a different action in a moment. Okay? Now, you can think all you want. In my mind, I'm preparing myself to make my life changes. But what you're really doing, you're just stalling. You're just stalling. Because the more you think about something that you have to work on, is the more you think about something that you have to work on. It's not going to actually come to reality, to existence, until you actually put in the action. You have to actually do it for once. And then that has an effect. Okay? But you just thinking about it, it's just always going to be you just thinking about it. So we have to get into this mindset of knowing what it is and acting out what it should be. I know now, y'all know now that you might be indulging, and this is some things that you have to just go over with yourself. You might be indulging in negativity. You might be indulging in things that you don't want to really indulge in. And that's having an effect on the way you see life. That's having an effect on the way you respond to problems, on the way you respond to anything. That's having an effect if you're indulging in so much of this negativity. Change that up. Indulge more in positivity. Indulge more in what you like to see. Think more about it and keep thinking about it. Yeah. Amazing. And keep thinking about it. And keep reminding yourself about it. If something good happened earlier today, and you got to, just keep thinking about it. Regardless if it's something little, it doesn't matter. Because we have to get ourselves to the level we need to be at. We have to get ourselves there. If we're not there, then how do we expect to make it if we're not even preparing ourselves the right way? How do we expect to make it if we're making up excuses? Don't waste a moment. Don't hesitate. If somebody comes to you because they're depressed, I'm sorry. Girl, you better go in the house. You finna go in the house. You was not gonna eat that food. No, you was not. If somebody comes to you and they're depressed, going through something.
Can you give me another pair of sausages?
No, ma'am.
Why?
You can have something else.
No. You're not going to fix it. I don't want the other sausages.
You have to find something else.
Okay, well,
Cereal, sandwich, something.
I don't know. I don't want that.
I'm not giving you another one of those.
But I do want.
Don't you see I'm doing something?
I do want, but I don't want to go swing.
It's about to rain, so you better go swing. You don't feel that rain?
No.
So if somebody comes up to you and they're depressed, they're going through something, and you feel this initial thought of love or pureness, and you want to do something or you want to say something, allow that to come out. Allow yourself that, because you never know the effect one moment can have. You never know until that moment comes, and that one moment can bless you in that person. It can be a blessing to you in that person if you allow it to come. If you allow yourself that. Let's start allowing ourselves moments. Let's allow ourselves to just come out of ourselves. Come out of our way of judging how we should respond. If we want to respond this way, and we know it's good, it's going to have a good effect, but it's just going to be awkward. It's going to make us feel weird. Let's come out of that. Let's really come out of it. And let's really express ourselves. Let's really show love. That raw love that's living inside of our bones. Let's show that, because it's not enough of that being showed. It's too much rationalizing. It's too much thinking and hesitating and filtering that love part out. It's too much that going on. That's why the world is like looking around. It's like you don't really have nobody to go to, because